You are tired, not sleepy tired, bone tired. The kind of tired that sleep doesn't fix. And here is the part you won't admit out loud. You chose this. You scheduled yourself into the ground, said yes when you meant no, wore your exhaustion like a badge, told yourself it was discipline when it was actually just fear, dressed up in productivity clothing. You are not burning out because life is too hard. You are burning out because you never learned how to spend yourself correctly. That distinction is going to cost you if you ignore it. There is a man almost nobody talks about, a philosopher so obscure that most Stoicism content online doesn't even know how to spell his name. But Seneca, who survived his own personal annihilation, who spent years on a barren island called Corsica, cut off from everything he loved, who returned to Rome only to become the anxious, sleepless handler of a teenage emperor, growing more dangerous by the month. Seneca considered this man his most important teacher. He wrote about him like you write about someone who saved your life. His name was Attalus, and Attalus taught something that will permanently change the way you look at your calendar, your career, and the quiet dread you feel on Sunday evenings. If you stay until the final word of this, you will leave with one precise instrument, a filtering principle you can apply tonight before you sleep to every commitment currently draining you. Not a vague mindset shift, a surgical tool, one that cuts. Attalus operated from a foundational idea that every human being is issued a finite quantity of vital energy, and that the wise person treats that energy the way a brilliant general treats his best soldiers. You do not throw your best soldiers at every hill. You choose your hills with cold precision, because the soldiers you waste today are not available for the battle that actually matters tomorrow. This is not self-care language. This is strategy. Seneca, who absorbed this lesson sitting at Attalus' feet as a young man, came to understand it through his body before his mind. His asthma was severe enough that he described certain attacks as rehearsals for dying, moments where he genuinely could not tell if each breath would be his last. He called these attacks his daily practice with death. What that physical terror taught him was something Attalus had tried to hand him intellectually. Your energy is not renewable on demand. Once it is gone, it is gone. And most people discover this only when the bill comes due. Here is the first principle. Attalus called it selective engagement. Every obligation you carry has a hidden cost measured not in hours, but in what the philosophers called pneuma, the animating breath, the vital force that makes thought, creativity, and genuine presence possible. Modern self-help has turned this concept into something called energy management, which sounds like scheduling software. The ancient version was far more severe. Pneuma, in its original Stoic sense, was not a metaphor for enthusiasm. It was understood as the literal animating current of the soul, the thing that distinguished a living, thinking human from a warm body sitting in a chair. To exhaust it carelessly was not laziness. It was a form of self-murder. You have been told your entire life that saying no is about protecting your time. Attalus was more precise. Saying no is about protecting the substance of what you actually are. The first tool, before you accept any commitment, any meeting, any project, any social obligation, ask yourself one question. Not, can I do this? You can do almost anything. The question is, does this deserve pneuma? Because if it doesn't, you are not just wasting an afternoon. You are burning a piece of the one resource that cannot be replenished by caffeine, sleep, or a weekend away. Now, here is the mistake you are making right now, this week. Probably today. You are distributing your highest quality attention across your lowest priority obligations and saving the leftovers for the things you claim matter most. The urgent email gets the sharp version of you. The important creative work gets the exhausted version. The people you love get whoever is left after the world has already taken its cut. You have inverted the entire economy of your existence without noticing, because urgency masquerades as importance so convincingly that most people never separate the two. This is precisely the trap that destroyed Attalus' students before they learned the second principle: strategic withdrawal. Attalus taught that the mind requires deliberate empty space, the way a field requires fallow seasons. Not rest as a reward for finished work, rest as a structural component of the process itself. He was relentless about this. He would end his teaching sessions abruptly, refusing to continue past the point where his students' attention had peaked. He called continued instruction past that threshold not teaching, but noise-making. He refused to be impressive at the cost of being effective. The second tool: schedule your withdrawal before you schedule your output. Block the silence first. Protect the empty space with the same ferocity you protect your most important meeting. Because that silence is not the absence of work. It is where the quality of your work is actually manufactured. The third principle Attalus passed down, and which Seneca internalized to survive his years of political terror, was this: the quality of your rest determines the quality of your resistance. Seneca, watching Nero become something monstrous, could not simply quit. The stakes were lethal. What kept him functional in an environment designed to corrode him was not willpower. It was the discipline of genuine restoration. He wrote that the person who cannot rest cannot fight. And he meant fight in the deepest sense, the fight to remain yourself under conditions engineered to make you into something else. The third tool: audit your rest. Not your sleep hours, your actual restoration. Ask honestly whether what you call rest is genuinely restoring your pneuma, or whether it is simply a less demanding form of consumption that still leaves you running on empty. There is a difference between lying on a couch, watching something numbing, and actually allowing your mind to go quiet. One is collapse, the other is recovery. Only one of them refills anything. Attalus would ask his students a question at the close of each session. He never answered it for them. He considered the discomfort of sitting with it to be more valuable than any answer he could provide. Here is his question, and I am giving it to you without resolution, the way he intended. If you were given exactly half the energy you spent this week, and forced to allocate it only to what genuinely cannot be left undone, what would survive the cut? And everything that didn't make that list, why are you still carrying it?